Hello. Happy Wednesday, guys. Can you believe it's February 3rd? I'm just blown away by time. I mean, I'm just blown away by it. But I am so excited to be here the first Wednesday in February with you. For those of you who don't know, I come live to you here in the All In Entrepreneur every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, always with a fun conversation based off of what I have seen you all talk about. So when you're here, say hi, let me know that you're here. But today we're going to dive right in. We're going to dive into talking about the sales call. How many of you love having sales calls and how many of you hate having sales calls? How many of you don't have sales calls? Like, I want to know where we stand on the sales call. So the sales call can be named a variety of things, right? It can be a consultation, it can be a discovery call, it can be a clarity call. What do you call your sales calls? I'm curious. Put that in the comments. What do you guys call your sales calls? And how do you feel about them? Do you love them? Are you frustrated by them because you're not getting the clients you want from them? Do you dread them? Do you feel like scared or a little worried or concerned about having them? Do you like love seeing them pop up on your calendar, but when it's time to talk to the people, you're like freaking out about it? I really want to know what's going on inside of your head about sales calls. But before I get to the sales call, I want to talk about the overall thing that's happening. And here's why this is important. Because you can't have a business without sales. You just can't, right? But yet the sales call is something that I see people, a lot of people will contact me and say, Rita, I have a sales problem. I have a sales problem. I have a sales problem. We'll go, okay, I need you to fix my sales problem. Here's the problem. I'm having all of these great sales conversations and people are saying that they're so eye-opening and that they're so interesting and that they're life-changing, but nobody's hiring me, Rita. Nobody's hiring me. And as I dig into it, I realize it's not a sales problem. And that's what we're going to talk about here. So like, first I want to know, and if you're here live or you're here on replay, please still comment, even on replay, because I do respond back to the comments that I see. So tell me if this sounds like you, like about your business in general. You pour all of your time and all of your energy into making your business successful, okay? So you want your business to be successful. But in the back of your mind, you have like this doubt. You have this loop of uncertainty that keeps playing in the back of your mind. Like, I don't think this is going to work. I don't know that this is going to take off. I don't know that I'm going to be able to replace my full-time income with this. I don't know if I'm going to make the money that I want. I don't know if this group is going to fill. I don't know if someone's going to hire me. I don't know if someone's going to pay this rate for me. So how many of you have had any kind of loop of doubt and uncertainty going through your mind while at the same time pouring all of your time and energy into the success of your business, right? So we kind of have like this going on. It's like, I'm pouring all my time and energy into the success of my business, but also I'm not sure it's going to work. I don't know that this is going to happen. I don't know that this is going to take off the way I want it to. It may be a struggle forever. So if that sounds like you, I want to know, like, let me know in the comments. I can only help you guys as much as you interact with me. And this is the time during the week where I come here to interact with you and be here for you. And I love connecting with you all. So please step in. And like I said, on replay answer too, because I come and answer the questions, right? So we've got these loops going on. All of your time, all of your energy, all of your attention going into what you want to be a successful business, because you really want your business to be successful. But simultaneously, we have this loop of like, I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't think I can do that thing. I don't think I can charge that price. I don't think I can make this offer, right? So then what happens when you're pouring your time and energy in, but you're unsure if it's gonna work, you start looking for success. And then you start getting impatient very quickly because you're not seeing the evidence of success. I wish I had a third hand, right? So you're not seeing the evidence of success. So what you're doing is you're looking for proof that the time and energy that you're pouring into it is working. And the reason that you're looking for proof is because you don't believe it on your own. You don't believe it's actually going to be successful. You don't believe your group is going to fill. You don't believe your people are going to pay you that rate because you're doubting it, right? So you're bridging the gap between these two by looking for evidence. So you're looking for people to book sales calls, or you're looking for people to like a post, or you're looking for people to share a post, or you're looking for all of this stuff, right? And when you don't see it, now it just makes it like expand. It times is the doubt by 10. And now you're getting impatient for the evidence of success because you are pouring your time and your energy into your business, right? So now you're pouring your time and energy. You're not really thinking it's working. You're looking for evidence that it's working. You're not seeing the evidence. So now you get impatient to see evidence that your business is going to take off. So then when you aren't seeing that evidence, when you aren't seeing instant results, guess what happens, right? The doubt continues to grow. You're like, well, see, it's not working. I'm not seeing this. I've started a Facebook group and nobody's joined it in the first 3 days that it's been up, and I only have 2 people in there. And I don't know. I don't think this is going to work, right? Whatever that strategy is, the doubt grows. So then you shift to a different strategy. This is where strategy hopping happens. And you're like, I don't think this is going to work. So I'm going to hop over here to a completely different strategy. And the same thing happens. You pour all your time and energy into that strategy while simultaneously having doubts, right? So here you are pouring all of your time and energy into your business, your time and energy into a strategy while simultaneously having doubts. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think my business is going to work. I don't think this group is going to work. I don't think this package is going to work. I don't think people are going to pay me this price, whatever that doubt is. So then you're looking for evidence. Is it working? Is it working? Are people clicking? Are people liking? Are people engaging? Are people joining? Are people following? And you don't see the evidence right away. And so you get impatient. You're like, oh my gosh, this isn't working. And then when you don't see the evidence that it's working, you just doubt yourself even more. And when you doubt yourself even more, you bail on the strategy and you start another strategy. So I don't know how many of you have ever felt like that. I know I did at the beginning of my business, and I know people call me and feel like that. And I would love to know if you've felt like that, right? But then we hear this phrase. So how many of you have heard this phrase? If you believe it, you will achieve it. In fact, I'm going to write that as a banner right now. It's like, if you, false. I'm going to say false. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Right? So how many of you have heard that phrase? I'm going to be controversial. False. If you believe it, you can achieve it. My point of view is that phrase is false. How many of you agree or disagree with me? If you believe it, you can achieve it, right? I'm sure you've heard this phrase before. Here's why I think that this phrase is false on its face. I think that this makes people believe or think that if you believe that something can be achieved, then you can achieve it. Like, I know somebody can run a marathon. And if I believe that somebody can run a marathon, then I should be able to run a marathon, right? If I believe that it's achievable, then I should be able to achieve it. If I know someone has created a 7-figure business, then I know it's achievable. And if I believe that it's achievable, then I can achieve it, right? I don't believe that that's what this phrase means, right? So what do I think it means? I'm going to type that here too. True. If you believe in your ability to achieve it, then you can achieve it, right? So here's the difference. Do you notice it? It's subtle. If you believe in your ability to achieve it, then you can achieve it. So we say, if you believe it, you can achieve it. And I'm like 2 thumbs down on that one. There are lots of things that I believe can be achieved that I'm not achieving, right? But if I were to believe in my ability, to achieve it, then I can achieve it, right? But here's the catch. To be able to believe in your ability, you have to own your value. You have to be able to own your value. And that can only happen when you see your value. And you can only see your value when you like yourself. If you don't like yourself, you're not going to see your value. And if you don't see your value, you can't own your value. And if you don't own your value, you're not going to believe in your ability to achieve something, right? So I'm saying false. This statement is false. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Not true. I know you guys have to be like me. There are many things that you believe can be achieved that you're not achieving. I believe that marathons can be run. I believe that people can build space rockets. I believe, and I'm not achieving it because I don't believe in my ability to achieve it, right? But I do believe, and I think you should believe, if you believe in your ability to achieve something, then you can achieve it. Okay, so hi everybody who's hopped in, right? But here's the thing. In order to believe in your ability to achieve something, you have to own your value. And the only way you can own your value is to see your value. And the only way you can see your value is to like yourself. And it is super easy to stop liking yourself when you tie your value to external factors. When you tie your value to how much people engage with you, how many people say yes to working with you, how much they're willing to pay you, how many opportunities come your way, how many followers you have. Do you guys see that? Do you see how quickly we can, and not even realize it, right? Not even realize it. But do you see how quickly you can actually stop liking yourself? Stop liking yourself when you base it on external factors. So guys, I'm going over into the Facebook group right now, just in case. Like, I don't know if it's just nobody's here with me today, or if the comments aren't showing. That's usually why I use StreamYard, because StreamYard's usually pretty good about showing comments. So I'm gonna go look. Oh no, just nobody's commenting. Nobody's here with me. That's okay. I'm dropping gems, guys. I'm dropping gems, okay? So let me recap before I move into the sales call process, right? It's not if you believe it, you can achieve it. That's not it. But it is if you believe in your ability to achieve it, then you will achieve it. But to believe in your ability, you have to own your value. You have to own your value, right? So while nobody's here with me, I'm going to do some typing. You have to own, to believe in your ability, you have to own your value. But you can only own your value when you see it. And you can only see it when you like yourself, right? So there we go. There's like the takeaway for this. To believe in your ability, you have to own your value. But you can only own your value when you see your value. And you can only see it when you like yourself. And if you tie your likability to external factors, it's very easy to stop liking yourself. So let me drop that last gem. If you tie your likability to external factors, it is easy to stop liking yourself. And guess what happens when you stop liking yourself? You're not owning your value. And if you don't own your value, you're not going to believe in your ability to achieve the thing, meaning you won't achieve it. So do you guys see the full circle here? Are you guys seeing the full circle? So we have pouring your time and energy and attention into your business and into a strategy in your business while simultaneously having this doubt loop play in your mind. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if people are going to pay me this much money. I don't know if people are going to sign up for this program. I don't know if people are going to attend this event. I don't know if people are going to hop on my Facebook Live. I don't know. I don't know. So you're doing the thing and you're having the doubt and it's swirling around, right? That's why this phrase is wrong. If you believe it, you can achieve it. No, false. You can believe that something can be achieved and not achieve it. But what is true is you have to believe in your ability to achieve it, right? Here is why when we're pouring our time and energy and attention into our business and we have this doubt loop playing of, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if I want people to come to this event. I want people to come to this Facebook Live, but I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if people are really going to show up. I don't know if people are really going to engage. Then you're looking for evidence. Now, if I was looking for evidence, I would be looking for you guys to comment, for the number of viewers to go up, right? That would be my proof that this is working. But I believe that this is working. Like I know there's 0 people in here right now. I see it. There's 0 people in here right now. But I still believe that this Facebook Live in some way is going to work, right? But here's the thing. For people who don't, they're pouring their time and energy and attention into, let's say, doing weekly Facebook Lives, and they're seeing 0 people join. They're seeing just a little bit of engagement, right? So they're looking for evidence. I don't know that my Facebook Lives weekly are going to work. So I need to see that they will. I need to see that people are joining and people are engaging, and I need that proof that these Facebook Lives are having an impact and working. And the reason that they need to see the proof is they don't actually believe in their ability to achieve success. That's why they need to see the evidence, okay? They need to see the evidence. But instead, you have to really believe in your ability. And if you truly believed in your ability, right, let's stick with this Facebook Live example. If you truly believe in your ability to create success, okay, if you truly believe in your ability to create success, then you won't look for evidence because you're like, it doesn't matter, it's going to happen. But to believe in your ability, you have to own your value. And for you to own your value, you have to see it. And for you to see it, you have to like yourself. If you don't like yourself, you're not going to see your value. But what happens is so many people don't even realize that they're not liking themselves. Because if you tie your likability to external factors, like how many people follow you, how many people are hopping into your lives, how many people are engaging with you, how many people are booking sales calls with you, how much they're willing to pay you, how many speaking engagements flow your way. If you use that as the measurement of your likability, it will be fast and quick to stop liking yourself, right? And we don't want that to happen. So what if you gave yourself permission? What if you gave yourself permission to like yourself the way you are right now? Like, what would be possible for you, right? In fact, now let's talk about the sales call, okay? So I remember when I started my business, when I first started my business, I was getting on all of these sales calls, okay? So I remember one specifically. It was like a breaking point for me. So how many of you have ever had a breaking point, right? So it was a breaking point for me. So I got on the sales call, and the person had contacted me because she was really upset that she was pouring all of her time and energy into creating these courses that nobody was purchasing. And she couldn't understand why. She was like, these courses are incredible. I don't understand why nobody's buying them. I'm really frustrated. So what I did is, my clarity calls, right, my sales call, at the time, they were 30 minutes. It was a 30-minute sales call. But I spent an hour and a half, okay? So I spent an hour and a half talking to her. And what I talked to her about was coaching her. I helped her identify her target market. I helped her get clear on it. I told her about market research. I told her what it was. And not only did I tell her what it was, but I told her how to do it. And then I helped her even craft her market research questions so she could go out into the world, right, and do it. And how to use that information to turn it into something meaningful to get sales in her business. So here's a point to focus on. Person called me for a clarity call, and I didn't spend 30 minutes with her. I spent an hour and a half with her. I am curious how many of you have had that happen, where you have a sales call that's scheduled for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 45 minutes, whatever the normal standard length of your sales call time is. How many of you have the sales call time, but you go over it and you extend it, and you're kind of like, all right, like, I'm extending the sales call time for you, and you hang up like an hour and a half later like I did, right? Come on. I've been there before, right? I've been there before. In fact, I'm going to ask this question. How many of you go over your allocated time for sales calls? Let's put that as a question. Maybe that'll get you guys to engage a little bit. How many of you go over your allocated time for sales calls? So that's what happened. She called me, she was frustrated, and I just dove in. I helped this woman like crazy, right? The call was set for 30 minutes. I dived in. I was like, all right, let's do this. We narrowed her target market. She knew what market research was. We drafted her market research questions. She was ready to go. She was over the moon. Like, she was really excited. And I told her how I could continue to support her. I was like, okay, like, I'm so excited that you're excited, and here's what we can do. And after you get the information, we can go ahead and we can sit there and we can do this and we can do that. And here's how you can turn this into sales. And I would love to continue to support you in that. And she was like, Rita, this call has been incredible. This call has been business changing. In fact, this call has been life changing. But you know what? I don't think I need a coach right now. I don't think I need a coach right now, but I'm really grateful for you. Thank you so much. And that call ended. And I remember hanging up the phone, feeling tired, feeling frustrated, feeling exhausted, not because I gave her information that would help her change her business. I was very grateful for that conversation. I was very happy that I gave her information that she thought was life-changing and business-changing. That's not why I was exhausted or frustrated, but it was because this was the third person in a week who said something similar, who was like, Rita, oh my gosh, this information is incredible. This information is game changing. This is going to change my business. This already has changed my business, while also saying, no, thank you. I don't want to work with you. So I remember going, okay, so what am I going to do? I know I'm going to start charging for my sales calls. If I start charging for these clarity calls, then I'm only going to attract people who are really serious about hiring me. And that will stop me giving all of this value and not getting hired. So how many of you have felt like that? I want to know. And if you're watching on the replay, let me know that as well. Let me know if that sounds like you. But that's what I was thinking. So I was like, all right, I'm going to get rid of the lookie-lous, right? The lookie-lous, who are those people who love your information, so long as it's free. Okay? The lookie-lous who love your information, so long as this information is free. Okay? So that's what I decided I was going to do. And maybe you can relate. Maybe you've had similar experiences. And I see this all the time with people who come to me thinking they have a sales problem. They are frustrated that they are giving all of this information away, that people are valuing it and complimenting it and saying it's a game changer, and they're also not hiring them. And they think, well, maybe if I charge, maybe if I do this, that will solve the problem. But the truth is, adding like a rate to your clarity calls or discovery calls or whatever you call them won't solve the problem, because it's not a lack of having a fee that caused the problem. The reason people aren't hiring you isn't because you don't have a fee attached to your call. So that can't be the solution to your problem. There is another reason why people are getting on these discovery, clarity, sales calls with you and not hiring you. It has nothing to do with the fact that you haven't put a fee on it. So putting a fee on it will not solve the problem. So what will? Like, what is actually causing the problem, right? Well, what I realized when I dug deep in this situation was when I first started my business, the reason I was having so many sales calls that were resulting in, Rita, oh my gosh, this information is life-changing, game-changing. It is going to change my business. This was so valuable. I learned more from you than I ever could learn. Also, I don't think I want to work with you. I don't need a coach right now, but thank you so much, right? Call after call after call, right? The reason that I was pouring so much value. So here we go, a 30-minute sales call, right? That ended up being an hour and a half with me answering all of these questions and giving so much value. The reason I was doing that repeatedly over and over and over again is because I was trying to show the person on the other end of the phone that I knew what I was doing. Look at me, I know what I'm doing. I'm a good coach. I can help you, right? But the reason that I was working so hard to show them that I was good, to show them that I was good at what I do, is because I wasn't fully believing it myself, right? And because I didn't fully believe that I was this excellent coach that could do all of these things, like, right? It was new in my business. Because I did not fully believe it, I had to prove it. And the way that we often prove it is by, on our sales calls, pouring all of this value, all of this time, all of this like information into these sales calls, right? We're doing, so just like this example where this woman called me frustrated about her business. She scheduled a sales call. It was supposed to be 30 minutes to see if we're a good fit for working together. And I remember, God, this was so early in my business. I spent an hour and a half on the phone with her, helping her narrow her target market, figure out how to do market research, writing all of her market research questions for her, hearing her say, oh my gosh, I've never heard this before. This is it. This is a missing piece. This will change my business. I don't think I need a coach right now, but thank you so much. Goodbye. Right? And I was so frustrated. I was like, what is happening? And that's where I thought, maybe I'll start charging. If I start charging for my sales calls, I'll attract people who are serious about hiring me, right? But this is what I want to repeat again. That would not have solved the problem, because the problem was not caused by not having a fee. It wasn't that people were not hiring. Well, I can't hire Rita. She didn't put a fee. She didn't attach a fee to her sales calls. Like that wasn't why people weren't hiring me, right? So if I had started charging a fee for my sales calls, it wouldn't have solved the problem because it didn't cause the problem. The lack of the fee didn't cause the problem. But what was causing the problem is what I'm telling you right now, which is I did not believe in my ability. And because I did not believe in my ability, I had to convince the other person, show the other person that I was good at what I did, that I knew what I was talking about, that of course they wanted to hire me, right? I was treating the sales call like something that was a platform for proving my value, proving that I was good to the person on the other end of the line. Like, no wonder I was exhausted, right? My sales call was just one big tap dance. It was like a big tap dance of me coaching them, me doing whatever I could to show them that I knew what I was talking about, to show them that I was an expert, to show that I was good at being a coach so that they would see it and know it, right? My sales call was just a big tap dance performance. How many of you feel like that? Like, no wonder I was exhausted. No wonder I was tired. And here's the most important part. No wonder people didn't want to hire me, right? So here we are thinking, okay, if I do all of this for this person on this call, if I coach them, if I show them these steps, if they like have a life-changing moment, then oh my goodness, right? They're going to want to hire me. And it actually does the opposite. It makes people not want to say yes on the call. It makes people not want to hire you, right? Because the more you're trying to prove your value on a sales call, the more you're trying to prove that you're good at what you do, and that energy, whether they know it or not, the more they start doubting it, right? If you were really good, you wouldn't have to prove it so hard, right? So that's what's going on in their mind, kind of like on a subconscious, my subconscious is back here, on a subconscious level, right? So the more you're trying to show I'm good at what I do on a sales call, the less people believe you're good at what you do on a sales call, right? So like the more you're trying to tap dance and prove your value, then the more they feel uncertain in the existence of your value. And that means they're not going to connect with the value that you provide, which is why you're going to hear no thank you. Only here's what happens. When you hear the no thank you, it only reinforces your feeling of not being valuable. And then you're going to try extra hard in the next thing to prove your value. And then the cycle just repeats. Do you guys see that? It's not a sales call problem, usually. Sometimes it can be. But overall, when people call me with this, it is not a sales call problem. It is a value problem. And the minute that I did the work to fully own my value, to fully step into my value, every single thing in my business changed. Instead of having these tap dancing marathon sales calls, I started having conversations. I stopped having sales calls and I started having conversations, and the conversations resulted in sales. Do you see this? So I'm going to tell you how. How do you do this? I'm going to tell you, but how many of you out there, or if you're watching on replay, are resonating with this? And if you weren't here at the beginning, right, here's how we started. You pour your time and energy and attention into your business, into a strategy in your business, and simultaneously you have this loop in your head of, I don't think it's going to work. You start a Facebook group, but you really have this loop of like, I don't know that people are going to join my Facebook group. I don't think this is going to be right. I don't think this is going to work. Or you decide you're going to charge a new rate, but you have this loop of like, I don't know that people are going to pay me that. I don't know if people are going to hire me for that. You have a new program you want to start. You pour your time and energy and attention into creating the program, but you have this loop of doubt in your mind. Like, but I don't know that people are going to like the program. I don't know that people are going to register for it. I don't know that people are going to sign up for it. So you have those two loops playing, meaning you have to then look for external evidence because you're doubting yourself. So now you're looking for evidence. I'm going to start a Facebook group, right? And I want it to work, but I really don't think it's going to work. Like, I don't think people are going to join it. I don't think it's going to be good. I have this doubt that this is really the right thing. So now I need to look for evidence to show me that this is the right thing. Only when you don't see it instantly, when you don't see that evidence instantly, you're going to be like, see, it's not working, because it's only going to reinforce your feeling of doubt. And then you're going to stop and you're going to pick a new strategy and you're going to pour your time and energy into that strategy. And the same thing is going to happen, right? Which is what's happening in a way on sales calls. So like I just said, right, one of the first sales calls I ever had back in the day, my sales calls were like 30 minutes long. And this woman scheduled a sales call, and she was like, Rita, I am overwhelmed, and I keep pouring my time and energy into creating these courses that nobody's buying. I don't know why people aren't buying them, because they're really good courses and people should buy them. And I spent my call, this is the thing to remember, my call was supposed to be 30 minutes, remember, and I spent an hour and a half on that call with her. So I want to know, I do want to see it in the comments, how many of you have ever gone over your allocated sales call time? Yes or no? Have you ever gone over? Don't just say yes or no, because I won't know on replay what you're saying yes or no to. Say, I've gone over my sales call time, or I often go over my sales call time, or whatever. That's what I was doing back then. I would schedule 30 minutes, but I would stay on the phone for an hour and a half. And I was doing coaching, right? I was actually giving value. So I was telling this woman all of the answers to everything that she needed to move forward. And she was so grateful. And I remember, I mean, she was like floored. I've never heard this before. This is incredible. This is going to be a game changer. And when I said, I would love to continue to support you to do this, she was like, no, thank you. I don't think I need a coach, right? And I was like, oh, there's another person that just wants stuff for free. There's another person that's not willing to pay, a lookie-lous that'll take information as long as it's free, right? But that wasn't it. That wasn't the problem. And that's why when I was sitting there thinking, maybe I'll start charging. Maybe I'll start charging for my sales calls. And if I charge for my sales calls, then I'll only attract people who are ready to work with me and invest in me and hire me. And that's not true. My problem, the reason people weren't saying yes on the sales call had nothing to do with whether my sales call had a fee attached to it or not. It wasn't like they were like, this was the best sales call ever, Rita. And you know what? I would totally hire you, except you didn't charge. You didn't charge me for the sales call. Right? That's not what was happening. That's not what was going on. So if I had started charging a fee for the sales call, I wouldn't have solved the problem. The same thing would have kept happening. What was going on is I was tap dancing. I was like, look at me. Look at me. I'm tap dancing. I'm tap dancing, trying to prove to you I'm good. That's why I stayed on the sales call for an hour and a half. That's why I gave her coaching on a sales call. That's why I was helping her format. I basically gave a 90-minute intensive as a sales call because I was trying to prove, because I did not believe it, so I had to prove it, that I was good at what I did, that I was a good coach, that I would impact her business, that I would change her business, because I did not inherently believe that I was this excellent coach that was going to change and impact this woman's business for the better. I had to prove it. And that's what I was doing on all of my sales calls. Tap dancing over and over to prove my value, to prove my worth, because I didn't believe it. So my sales calls were just a big old tap dance performance. That's why I was exhausted. That's why I was frustrated. And that's why nobody was hiring me. Because think about it, the more somebody has to prove that they're good, the less you believe it, right? You're like, that energy is weird. And it's like, it pushes you away. It's like an opposing energy, right? You call because you're like, I think I want to hire this person. Now suddenly this person is doing a tap dance to show you that they're great. You might like the information, but you're thinking you don't even realize it's happening. Because again, subconscious back here, right? It's happening on a subconscious level, and you're like, I don't know why, but I just don't want to say yes to this person, right? Because when you're doing that, when you're tap dancing, when you're trying to prove I'm good, I'm a good coach, I'm a good social media manager, I'm a good OBM, I'm good, I have to use my sales call to prove to you that I'm good, that energy is making people think you're not. And that's going to make them not connect with the value of what you give. And that's why they're going to say no on the sales call. And when that no thank you happens, it's only going to reinforce your belief that you're not good or valuable with what you do. And you're going to turn it up a notch even more. And that cycle is just going to repeat. So it's not a sales call problem. It is a value problem. So you need to do the work necessary to step into your value. So I had this client once, right, who on her first coaching session, she said, Rita, I think I have a money mindset issue. I think I have a money mindset issue, Rita, and I need you to solve it. And I was like, well, what? People don't usually start coaching conversations like that. So I was like, well, tell me what's going on. And she was like, okay, well, I feel overwhelmed, right, by how much is on my plate. I'm doing all this stuff in my life and business. There's so much to do. I'm overwhelmed by it all, and I'm not making the money I need. And there are all these bills that are piling up. And so I've got this stack of bills. I can't pay them. I'm doing all of this stuff. I don't have time to do anything more. And I'm just overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed by how much there is to do on my plate. And I'm scared because I have these pile of bills that I can't pay. So I dug into it. I started talking to her, and we discovered that when she was working in her business, when she was doing business stuff, she was not focusing on revenue generating activities. So that was one thing. She was focusing on all the busy work that wasn't really moving the needle forward towards getting business. That was number one. Number two, she was going beyond the scope of what clients hired her for, doing extra things at no additional cost. So how many of you have done that before? Maybe you're hired to create, I don't know, a newsletter, but you end up creating like 5 templates for something else. And right, you're doing more than what you were hired for, and you're not charging for the additional work. So number one, she wasn't focusing on revenue generating activity. She was spending her day in like the busy work that wasn't really moving the needle for her. Number two, she was when she did have a client, she was far exceeding the scope of what she was hired for, and she was not charging for that. She was not, charging for the extra work. Number three, the majority of her day was actually not spent on her business. The majority of her day was spent outside of her business. So I said, well, what are you doing? She's like, well, I'm volunteering. I'm volunteering for my church. I'm volunteering for this civic organization I'm a part of. My child is in school, and I volunteered to be on a couple of committees in my child's school. And I run errands. My family, my friends need me to run errands. They need me to go pick this up. They need me to go pick that up. So the majority of her day wasn't even spent in her business. It was volunteering. It was being on committees for her child's school, and it was helping her family and friends. And then when she was working on her business, she was not doing revenue generating activities. And when she was doing client work, she was exceeding the scope of the client work. And what she said to me was, I must have a money mindset issue, Rita. It just must be a money mindset issue. And I said, well, why do you think it's a money mindset issue? And she said, well, otherwise, why would I not be making money a priority? Why would I not be making revenue generating activities a priority? Like, why would I not be doing this if I didn't have a money mindset block? It must be a money mindset issue. And I agreed after talking to her that there was a block, but it was not a money mindset issue. Do you know what it was? Can you guess what it was based off of what we've already talked about? It was not a money mindset issue. It was an issue around her value. Guys, I'm going to say this. Look at your calendar. How much time are you actually spending in your business versus doing things for your family, doing things for your friends, volunteering for other causes, donating your time to other things, being on committees at school, church, etc., right? Volunteering, community service, donating your time to meaningful causes is great, right? Being charitable is amazing. It's incredible. And it's important, but not when it's to your detriment, not when it's to the detriment of your well-being and your security. I am not saying don't do things, volunteer. I'm not saying stop volunteering. I'm not saying don't do things for free. I'm not saying don't surprise and delight your clients by exceeding their expectations. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is when you prioritize the volunteering, the exceeding your clients' expectations, the being on committees, right? The running the errands for your family and friends, when you prioritize those things over taking action on the things that will generate the income you need to live without fear, to live comfortably and securely, there is a deeper issue to examine. And in my client's case, the client example I'm using, it's that she did not fully believe in her ability to create the success that she envisioned. She did not believe in her worthiness to receive the success. So all of these obligations, all of these commitments, all of these volunteer things, all of the exceeding the scope of the work, that was just a distraction. But what was it a distraction from? It was a distraction of her doing the work to really dive into her capabilities, to her skills, to her strengths, to change how she viewed herself. And because she was doing all of this other stuff, that gave her an excuse, right? Oh, but I'm just a victim of time. Like the reason my business isn't working is I'm just this victim of time, right? And she even used the excuse, I'm a people pleaser. I was just simply born as a people pleaser, Rita. I was just born as a people pleaser. She was a victim of that. There's no gene in your body that makes you born a people pleaser, right? That was her excuse. When you fully own your worth, when you fully own your value, you value your time. When you fully own your worth, you value your time. The act of reclaiming your time, so if you just start taking your time back, makes you value yourself more. And when you value yourself more, you like yourself more. And when you like yourself more, you have higher self-esteem. And when you have higher self-esteem, you have a bigger belief that you can achieve the success that you want simply from reclaiming your time. And that's what happened to my client. And that's when everything changed. Her income tripled in just 6 months, right? She was then able to volunteer, do community service, be on her kids' committees, exceed her clients' expectations by doing additional work for free from a peaceful, secure, and healthy place. A peaceful, secure, and healthy place, okay? So we're going to go back to this. This is false. This is a no. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Nope. There's a lot you can believe. There's a lot that you can believe in, and you're not going to be able to achieve it. You can believe in something, you can believe that something's achievable, and you're not going to achieve it. But if you believe in your ability to achieve it, then you will achieve it. But to believe in your ability, you have to own your value. And you can only own your value when you see it, and you can only see it when you like yourself. And when you tie your likability to external factors, like how many people are hiring you, how many people are following you, how many people are joining your group, how many people are showing up to your lives, how many people are, when you tie your likability to external factors, it will be very easy to stop liking yourself, right? So how do you, in a tangible way, like yourself? How do you like yourself? Liking yourself is not a feeling, it's an action. I'm going to even type that. Liking yourself is not a feeling, it's an action. So what kind of action? Liking yourself is not a feeling, it is an action. So what kind of action? So I'm going to explain this in the easiest way that I know how, right? We all have that ideal self. Who we would be if we were the perfect person, if we could make all the decisions we wanted, if we were making all the decisions and choices that we wanted. Like if I'm not eating the pizza and I'm eating the salad, if I'm, texting all my friends and asking how they are, whatever your ideal day is, like picture it. If you were the perfect version of yourself and could do everything you wanted to do and it would all work out and you have all the resources there to make it happen, what would you be doing? How would you be acting? How would you be feeling? How would you be dressing? What would you be eating? Where would you be spending your time? What would you be doing? That's your ideal day. But then we have an actual day. What are we wearing? What are we doing? What is our schedule like? Who are we around? How are we feeling? What are we eating, right? We have our actual day. The more your actual day is in alignment with your ideal day, the more you like yourself, because your ideal day is rooted in your core values, right? So the more that you actually step into alignment with the vision of your ideal day and your ideal self, the more you'll like yourself. Think about it. If we're out of alignment with our values, we don't like ourselves very much, right? So the fastest path to liking yourself is to get very clear about that ideal day and then look at your actual day and say, how can I align them? How can I start bringing my actual day more into alignment with my ideal day? The more you do that, the more you like yourself. The more you like yourself, the higher your self-esteem. When you don't like yourself, the lower your self-esteem, right? So the more you like yourself, the higher your self-esteem, the higher your self-esteem, the less your fears are, your fears of failure, your fears of whatever, and the more you believe in your success to achieve. Does that make sense? That's a quick formula, right? So that's what I want you to walk away with, right? Like that's what I want. Really, right, what you do is for sale, but you're not for sale. That's kind of the reframe I want you to have about sales calls. What you do is for sale, but you are not for sale. So I don't want you to think, it's a sales call problem. So we need to, if you are like, I don't know how to change if I'm not giving away all the value, if I'm not actually coaching or actually solving problems, how are people going to know that I'm good to hire me? If that's a question you have, message me. We will set up a call. I actually have, so the next round of my mastermind group is opening in March. Well, it starts in March. So mid-February is when registration opens. It's a 10-person group. I think I'm going to have like 3 or 4 spots open. And it's a sales-focused mastermind group. So that might be a perfect fit for you to step into this, right? But sometimes I'll say this, I'll be like, it's not a sales, it's not a sales problem, it's a value problem. The reason you're going over your allocated time for sales calls, the reason you're actually coaching on a sales call, the reason you're answering questions and giving value the same way you would a private client on a sales call is because you're trying to prove to the person that you're good at what you do. And the more you try to prove it, the less they're going to believe it. And they're not going to connect with your value and they're going to say no. So a lot of people are like, well, Rita, then what am I supposed to do? If this person doesn't trust me, if this person doesn't like me, or if this person doesn't yet know me to know I'm good at what I do, then how do I get them to say yes on the call without like proving that I'm good at what I do? That's what we can talk about. That's another whole thing, right? Your sales call should not be a tap dance. You should not be convincing people that you're good at what you do. You want people who are scheduling calls with you because they already know. They already know that you're good at what you do. That's not up for debate. You are not selling yourself on a sales call. You are selling what you do. So you're trying to figure out, are my resources, programs, solutions, services, products a good fit to solve the problems? And if so, great, we'll work together and then we'll solve the problems, right? It's not let me solve your problems so I can show you that I'm good so you'll hire me. And I hope that you make that distinction. I hope you see that difference. If you have any questions about it, please put them in the comments. I will come back through later today. I will answer them all. I want to help you do this. If you are in the Clubhouse app, on Thursday at 6 p.m., I'm going to have this conversation in Clubhouse around sales call success strategies. So if you're in Clubhouse, feel free to join me at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Thursday for sales call success strategies. But also feel free to ask your questions here. I will dive in. I will answer them. This is such an important distinction. And if you can embrace this new way of looking at your sales calls, if you can embrace this new way of approaching your sales calls, and approaching your business almost as a whole, you will find greater success. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I'm going to go because nobody's here to ask me questions. But please ask questions on the replay because this is game changing. This will change your business. If you change the way you approach sales calls, if you change your mindset around it, and if you use it even in a bigger way to change how you approach your business, and it's a simple switch, this will be game changing. So take care, have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.